Mission-driven organizations operate under a punishing equation. They face severe constraints on operational resources and capital on one side, balanced against the massive weight of public accountability on the other. They act as stewards for sensitive information, ranging from private donor financial records to vulnerable beneficiary data. A misstep here compromises the core trust required to keep the organization running. Faced with these operational bottlenecks, generative AI presents an obvious temptation. It looks like a quick, low-cost fix to multiply an overstretched team's daily output. But treating large language models like standard word processors creates an immediate operational trap. Ungoverned experimentation, such as pasting raw internal spreadsheets or unredacted grand files into an open prompt, leads directly to data leakage and severe public relations crises. Because of this specific risk profile, traditional deploy and use software models fail nonprofits. You cannot simply distribute logins and expect safety. Integrating generative AI requires treating the system as an active collaborator. Collaborators, unlike simple calculators, require intentional direction. They need strict operational boundaries and continuous, critical oversight to ensure their output aligns with reality. Safely managing this dynamic requires a human-in-the-loop architecture. The machine processes and generates, but the human directs, controls, and verifies. To leverage this technology without violating constituent trust, an organization must wrap its AI usage in a formalized governance structure. This requires the 4D governance architecture, a specific operational framework designed to systematically neutralize the risks of using AI in highly constrained environments. Implementing this architecture provides the structural bridge needed to move AI from a potential liability to an operational advantage. The framework begins with the input phase, where organizations draw the initial boundaries for AI involvement. The first pillar is delegation. This is the strategic triage of organizational workload. This diagram sorts organizational tasks based on efficiency and risk, dividing AI automation from strict human judgment. As quadrants populate, low-risk tasks become safe candidates for AI delegation. The system transforms into a pipeline, where description enforces a rigid security boundary, blocking sensitive data. When an operator provides a highly structured description with clear context, the AI produces usable drafts. A vague, unstructured prompt forces the machine to guess, producing erratic results. Disciplined description physically limits the AI's operational scope, directly shaping and ensuring the reliability of the eventual output. Delegation and description serve as a preventative defense. They stop data misuse and operational misalignment before the AI even begins processing. Once the prompt is processed, the system enters the output phase. The AI returns its generated work to the organization. The third pillar, discernment, mandates the critical evaluation of all AI-generated material. AI outputs must be treated strictly as rough drafts. They are never ready to publish final products. Generative models suffer from algorithmic hallucinations, frequently inventing plausible but fake statistics. They also regularly generate tone-deaf copy that damages donor relationships. The human operator carries the responsibility to fact-check every generated claim and manually calibrate the emotional tone of the draft. The fourth pillar is diligence. A continuous perimeter line forms an overarching ethical umbrella for the 4D framework, highlighting validation checkpoints along its path. It enforces daily governance policies, ensuring ultimate accountability for AI-assisted work always rests on the human operator, never the machine. Discernment and diligence operate as the organization's ultimate firewall. They catch technical errors before deployment and prevent the erosion of public trust. These four pillars do not operate as a static checklist. They connect to form active, continuous operational cycles. This diagram demonstrates the microloop. It is the fast-paced cycle connecting description and discernment, used for immediate task execution. Operators rapidly generate drafts, critically evaluate the outputs, and immediately refine their initial description to improve the next iteration. This microloop governs daily output, like routine content creation and data summarization. Surrounding these tasks is the macro loop, a wider strategic cycle connecting delegation to diligence. Moving simultaneously, the macro loop monitors stored workflows for long-term ethical compliance, while the inner micro loop spins rapidly. The macro loop controls system-wide decisions, such as securely stemming a workflow automation across different organizational departments. Activating these integrated system loops provides the mechanism to resolve the tension between operating with limited resources and maintaining high accountability. When we zoom out from individual prompts, we see an organization running fully integrated 4D system loops across its entire operation. The outcome is precise. Organizational workflows are augmented, while donor trust is meticulously preserved. In this state, human judgment remains the central, non-negotiable component of all operations. The roles of human staff evolve. They transition from executing repetitive, manual tasks to acting as high-level system managers and expert editors. This establishes a clear divide between the high-risk environment of casual AI experimentation and the stability of a governed operational system. AI fluency, therefore, is not an individual technical skill. It is not defined by writing a clever prompt. True AI fluency is a structural organizational capability. Organizations that operationalize AI through governance move from reactive experimentation to a predictable, repeatable operational capability. In the high-stakes world of mission-driven work, sustainable innovation requires a foundation of rigorous, intentional accountability.